Welcome to Future Forward, where we explore the scientific breakthroughs shaping our world.
hmm
Today, we're tackling a topic that touches millions of lives. I mean, the fight against Alzheimer's disease.
Mm.
For decades, the story has been just one of disappointment. But now, a new chapter is being written, one that centers on this revolutionary concept, prevention.
It's a profound shift in thinking, Alex. For so long, Alzheimer's has been seen as an inevitability for some,
Ready?
a progressive fire that we could only, try to dampen after it was already burning.
Yeah.
The new approach is about fireproofing the brain itself, preventing the disease from ever taking hold.
To understand how, I think we first need to talk about the villains of this story.
Mm.
These two toxic proteins. For years, all eyes were on amyloid beta.
That's right. The amyloid hypothesis dominated the field.
Okay.
The idea was that these amyloid proteins clump together, they form sticky plaques between brain cells, gumming up the works. But after countless trials targeting it, the focus has broadened.
Right.
We're now looking just as closely at the second villain, a protein called tau.
And how is tau different?
Well, if amyloid is the garbage piling up outside the house,
Okay.
the tau is the wiring inside the house getting tangled and frayed.
Wow.
Tau protein is supposed to stabilize the internal structure of brain cells, but in Alzheimer's, it twists into tangles, causing the cells to malfunction and die from the inside out.
Wow.
Crucially, the amount of tau tangles seems to correlate much more closely with cognitive decline than amyloid plaques do.
Which brings us to the new vaccines.
Yes.
I was fascinated by the work at the University of New Mexico, targeting tau directly.
Yes.
How does that work?
It's a very clever strategy called active immunotherapy.
Okay.
They've engineered a virus-like particle, which is just the harmless, empty shell of a virus.
A shell, right?
Yes. To this shell, they attach a tiny, specific piece of the toxic tau protein. And that's the vaccine. When it's introduced into the body, the immune system recognizes the virus shell as a threat, and it mounts a major defense.
I see.
In doing so, it learns to recognize and create antibodies against that toxic tau signature.
So you're essentially giving the immune system a most wanted poster.
Exactly.
You're training it to identify and eliminate the bad guy, the toxic tau, before it can cause any trouble.
An excellent way to put it. The immune system becomes a lifelong patrol force against tau pathology.
Wow.
And while it's early, this approach has shown a strong, durable immune response in non-human primates, a critical hurdle before starting human trials.
So that's one major front in this war.
Yes.
But there's another completely different approach being tested at Brigham and Women's Hospital.
That's right.
And it's delivered as a nasal spray. Ben, how does that one work?
This one is fascinating because it targets amyloid, but in a totally novel way.
Okay.
It's not about creating new specialized antibodies. The nasal spray contains an immune modulator called protolin.
Protolin.
Think of it as a dispatch signal. It doesn't fight the fire itself. It calls the local fire department.
And the fire department in this case is...
Our own body.
Our own.
Exactly.
Okay.
The protolin activates a part of the immune system that sends the brain's own cleanup crew, specialized cells called monocytes, into high gear.
Right.
It directs them to go in and start clearing out the amyloid plaques that are already there.
Okay.
The most exciting parts, as it's non-invasive, and the first phase of human trials has found it to be safe, which is a massive first step.
So we have two very different, very promising preventative strategies emerging.
Yeah,
One trains snipers to take out tau.
that's right.
The other activates a cleanup crew to remove amyloid.
That's right.
This brings up a huge question. Who would get these vaccines?
That's the central question for the next decade. Initially, they would almost certainly be targeted at high-risk populations. We can now use genetic testing to identify people with markers like the ApoE4 gene, which dramatically increases Alzheimer's risk. They would be the first candidates.
But what's the ultimate vision here?
The ultimate vision, the dream, is that a vaccine like this could one day be offered to all adults over a certain age
Wow.
as a routine part of preventative medicine, just like the shingles vaccine.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where you get a shot or use a nasal spray in your 50s or 60s to protect your brain health for the rest of your life.
That would fundamentally change how we think about aging.
It would.
But it's important to manage expectations, right? What are the biggest challenges ahead?
The challenges are very real.
Mm.
The Alzheimer's is a complex disease influenced by genetics, lifestyle, environment. A single vaccine may not be a silver bullet for everyone.
Yeah.
And the road to approval is long and difficult. Large-scale human trials take years and billions of dollars to complete to ensure these treatments are not just effective but safe in the long run.
Right.
This isn't a breakthrough for next year, but potentially for the next decade.
So it's a story of incredible hope,
It is.
but grounded in the reality of rigorous science.
Yeah,
It feels like after decades of searching in the dark, the lights are finally starting to come on.
they are. And for the
Yeah.
first time, they are illuminating a path not just toward treatment, but toward a future where this disease might be preventable.
A remarkable thought to end on. Now, here's a question we'd like you to think about. If a preventive vaccine for a disease like Alzheimer's became as routine as a flu shot, how might that change our society's entire outlook on aging and brain health?